Hello, my name is Nicholas Harp, and I want to present to you on communication, or creating empathy through understanding. The single biggest problem with communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Such wise words from George Bernard Shaw. Communication is the building block of a relationship, because when used properly, you allow the portrayal of your passions to be empathized by the masses. And without communication, there is no relationship. In fact, most relationships tend to fail because of lack of communication or misinterpretation of communication. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines communication as a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behaviors. Perhaps a more interesting take on this definition is the function of pheromones in insect communication. When using this definition, communication really boils down to understanding the feelings or purpose behind an individual. So what is communication? Well, at its most basic level, communication is the ability to understand and be understood. As an example, when you see two dogs greet each other, they don't speak in symbols, they don't speak, period. Instead, they observe, they smell, they gather their senses. I believe this is a teaching tool for some of the best leaders, as some of the best leaders do not hog the conversation, they seek to understand, and this allows them to understand the truth about the function of their team, which in turn allows them to make an appropriate answer. Early in my career, I struggled with this concept, because I approached the situation with arrogance, thinking that I could understand every situation possible. I failed to do the first step in the process, to seek to understand. Without this, I gathered a whole bunch of wrong information and was not able to properly give an answer to that situation. The book describes it as number 2 in the 4 basic truths, which is being a great communicator is just being able to see the person or see what is going on. So how do you improve your communication? First, you must seek to understand. Now, I know I've said this in previous slides, but seeking to understand is one of the most important things to understand in communication. When you seek to understand, you have a clear mind that's untainted from any previous thoughts or actions that might hurt your understanding of a situation. The second thing is to be clear as a bell, as Maxwell describes it. This just means once you do have an understanding of it, portray your understanding to your audience as clear as possible without giving any frivolous details. So in summation, communication is the most important quality of a leader. Any leader who wishes to improve on being a great communicator, they must follow these 4 steps. Number 1, seek to understand. Now, I know I've said this in previous slides, but seeking to understand is one of the most important qualities of communication. It allows you to attack a subject or attack a situation with having a clear mind, untainted by anything else that might cloud your judgment. Number 2, see the person or situation for what it is. This allows you to get a clearer picture of what's actually going on in the situation. Number 3, is the response clear? So what if you can understand what the person is saying and see the person for what it is? If your response is not clear, then communication is going to be unclear and possibly even hurt the outcome of whatever your response is. And finally, seek to be understood. It's the same thing as being clear with your response, but make sure the person that you're talking to has an understanding of what you are trying to portray to them. Thank you for your time. I hope I gave you some valuable insight on what communication is and how we can better harness it in our lives as leaders.